All right, guys, it's time to get 2023 back in line here. I got about 6 hauls worth of material. If I stretch it, I probably can make it up to 8. But I'm gonna start with our Black Friday haul that I never did for 2022, which is crazy. I usually do Free Comic Book Day and Black Friday are my main days. I always made sure, even if I wasn't making any content at that time. But before we get all that, let's do our two from the tomb, the first of 2023. So I was watching a Sequential Geek video a few weeks ago, and he was showing off some cards. Definitely leave a link down below for him. Uh, and just admiring all the Mike Zeck artwork. So I figured I'd show a couple books that he did the covers for. It seemed like he was a big part of my childhood because he did a lot of the Punisher stuff that I liked. He did a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff I liked, so he's always been one of those artists. And I got to meet him a few years ago. He was charging $5 a pop, so I got 3 autographs and like 2 prints off of them. But before we get to that, let's just look at the books. First up, of course, I'm going to go with the G.I. Joe. This is probably where I was first introduced to him, and the Punisher probably shortly after. But this is G.I. Joe issue number 38. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is, if I remember correctly, this is where Storm Shadow does, in wrestling terms, his face turn, where he saves Billy. For those that don't know, that's Cobra Commander's son, Billy, not Storm Shadow. But yeah, these covers on these books are just totally insane. And I also had to pick out issue number 43. Just two books that I picked up at the local shop. I believe this is when I first started doing a pull list, because up till about 2 or 3 issues before this, everything was newsstand at that time. But that's today's two from the tomb. So there was a couple of sales around the area that I went to. I got a couple of dollar books, and I got a couple bigger books. Spent $39 on the biggest book that I bought in this collection, or this purchase. First up, I was able to dig some more of these out of the dollar bin. Some Marvel Tales, issue 141, reprinting the first appearance of Sandman, in issue 143. Sequential Geek got me started on picking these books up, so I blame him. But been able to find there was a couple other ones, but they were just beat the piss out of, so I just didn't bother picking them up. But I'm in decent shape. I'm not looking for the gem mint, but I need at least very fine minus. That's what I think these are, especially for reprints. But my collection's coming along here. I'm trying to get the first, I believe, 50 issues of Spider-Man through Marvel Tales. And this is the only correct way to read this stuff. I have reprints of, or what are they called, collections, trade paperbacks, but let's take a quick look inside. But yeah, it's reprinting Amazing Spider-Man issue number 6. I have both the black and white version. I have the mini version. This is the only way to read these issues, I believe. This was the format they were intended to be read at. The only problem with it is I wish they would, if they would come out with, speaking about this, I wish they would come out with a facsimile version of these. Do the first 50 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, first 100 issues of Batman, Superman, all that stuff. Shit that nobody in their right mind's gonna, without, breaking the bank for the average comic collector. Just do facsimiles of the first 50, 100 issues or whatever of Amazing Spider-Man. That's printing money, If they did that, that'd probably be the only 3 books on my pull list, Let's see what else we got here. Here's a couple more dollar finds. So I was able to pick up The Crow, Dead Time. This is issue number 3, so I'm issue number 1 and 3 now, so I'm still looking for, I believe, 2. And that's it. Yeah, it's 3 of 3, so it's a 3-issue miniseries. Of course, James O'Barr, John Wagner, and Alexander Maleev did this book. Let's take a look inside. Wish I would have taped these before. But thanks to Jaw Tape, Dollar Tree tape, doesn't take too much to open it. Yeah, you can flip inside here and see. Yeah, I just love the artwork in this book. The great Brandon Lee. This book I've been looking for a while now too. Paid $1 for it. I'm happy with it. I picked up Youngblood from Image Comics from Rob Liefeld. First appearance of the Prophet or Prophet, however you want to say it. So this has been one of those hot books. All the comic bros have been trying to, I guess, flip for like $8 or something. And I was finally able to find one in the dollar bin. Just great to have my collection. So now I figure I'm gonna try to get a couple out more of the Youngblood issues. I think issues 1 through 4 was from the first run. Then it took forever for like issue 5 or something to come out, if I remember right. Somebody correct me down below if you remember. And the last dollar book I picked up was Ghost from Adam Hughes. You can see the AH down there. I've always wanted this book. I have the I forget what it was, like Dark Horse Presents or something. I have that Ghost book, but I didn't have anything else from it. But take a quick look inside here. So I don't own too many books where Adam Hughes did the interior cover or interior art. So this was like a must buy just for the $1. And he's hit or miss for me really big time. Some stuff I absolutely love that he has done. Like say like Catwoman issue 51. But then there's other things like some of his Superman stuff that he did a couple years ago. I just was not even about it. But yeah, give you a little sneak peek of what it looks like inside. these last couple books, I paid 10, 15, and $39 for, so whatever that equals up to. But it was like it was something like 35% off sale or something, pretty close to that. First one I picked up, which I'm disappointed. I should have done a little more research on. But this is Speed Racer issue number 1. I paid $10 for it, but it's the second printing. Not that it means too much, but I'd rather have the first printing, because this is the first American appearance of Speed Racer. I'm a huge fan of that cartoon. Yeah, I remember getting in arguments when I was a kid about who was going to be Speed Racer, getting yelled at in school. But it's always been one of my favorite cartoons when I was growing up. Like I said, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't check to see if it was a second printing. But for $10, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Next up, this is a book I've been trying to hunt down forever. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 700. I just love the, you can see on there, all the different Spider-Man, different suits in the black and white in the middle. This is just another series I've been trying to, I've been waiting to, find it in real deep discount bins as Superior Spider-Man, where, spoiler alert, those that don't know, this issue, Doc Ock switches brains with Peter Parker, so Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man, and Peter Parker gets left on the hospital gurney. But yeah, it's the most comic book thing ever, which I'm glad it was done. Yeah, but they ended up having a Superior Spider-Man. I think it was like a 25 or 30 issue run, I think. And I just always wanted to check it out, because from what I've read of it, Superior Spider-Man, I think, first appeared in that Daredevil run that Mark Waid did a couple years ago. So I read a little bit from that because I was collecting that run. But yeah, finally, I already have a copy of this, not this cover, but one of the other covers. It's like the New Year's. It's the one where Aunt May is looking out the window, and Spider-Man and Green Goblin are fighting in the background. And the last one, I was super glad to pick this up. Now I only have one more issue to get for my Rob Liefeld / Todd McFarlane New Mutants run. I ended up picking this up for $39. It's got a couple issues on the side, but I really don't care. I got the first printing finally. I had the second printing. I had reprints and all that stuff. But I finally got a copy of the real deal. I'm not a big Mutants fan or X-Men fan, but I did like this run when I was younger. So I've always wanted to complete it. Now I still got to get New Mutants 98. Of course, that's the first appearance of Deadpool. And it's still a little pricey for me to be buying it, but we'll see. I might have to sell some stuff to get it. Now, pretty much, with the exception of Batman Adventures number 12, I'll probably have every big book, every big book from the 90s that I really care even once. So then I'll start on the 80s. There's really only one. I only really think one big book out of the 80s is The Amazing Spider-Man 300. So I'd like to get a real printing of that. So that's been my, that was my haul. That was basically everything I bought on Black Friday. Like I said, I still got more hauls coming. I bought a lot of them between Black Friday and Christmas. I haven't really bought anything except for my pull list the last couple weeks. But speaking of pull list, got this week. Gunslinger issue number 16. This cover is just cool, man. Look at that, man, dragging some dude behind him. Then I really didn't have this on my pull list, but it was in my file, so I just, yeah, what the hell, I'll pick it up. It's Spawn Unlimited Violence. Unwanted Violence, Unlimited Violence. Don't know anything about this. I didn't even know this was coming out. I've been basically, with my pull list, I basically just keep everything, keep it short. There's only a few, handful now of ongoing titles I collect, but everything's like mini series or coming to an end. Uh, then I'll just fill it in with something else. But I want to try to keep it at 6 titles because I've been really enjoying going to the comic shop now, like every other week. Uh, when your pull list is so big and stuff like that, it ends up being like a chore almost trying to get through all those. But I really, yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Now I can go look off the rack and see if there's something that's going to jump out at me or something like that. And I enjoy doing that more than I do having books that I sort of like in my pull list. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'll never go above probably 8 titles on my pull list. So I just got to keep it slim. But thanks, guys. I've been trying to catch up on a lot of videos. Seems like a lot of people have been yeah, had to cut back a little bit too because yeah, just the after holiday funk. But now it's time to get back to work. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Check out some of the channels down below. I'll try to make sure I link them. Check out my Instagram, of course. I've been trying to put a couple things on there recently, letting people know I'm still alive. If you ever have to reach me, uh, you can always email me at pghzombie@gmail.com, or you can instant message me on Instagram. I probably answer that faster. The email I get to, I maybe look at it every 4 or 5 days, to be honest with you. So, alright, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Yeah, yeah.